Welcome to hour number 2 of the Art Lewis Show. It's an open phone hour, whatever you'd like to chat about, 989-752-6111. We'll get the conversation going on this Wednesday morning. Would you believe it is already the 23rd of July? It seems to me like we just celebrated July 4th. Well, anyway, going to be hot today and particularly tomorrow. Could be 95 in actual reading tomorrow with 70-some-odd% humidity, which gives you a feels like well over 100 degrees. Oh, the air conditioner will be running tomorrow, as they say. No doubt about it. Anyhow, I pulled just a couple of things to chat about. One, the Tigers struggling right now, lost 8 out of their last 9 games. Unusual for the Tigers. But not unusual in baseball. I mean, you just do not go a whole season winning, and never having a losing streak. And the headline, this was a headline written by Evan Petzold in the Free Press. Struggling Detroit Tigers need to get our swagger back amid a rough stretch and mental lapses. And they will. Have no idea, no question in my mind, I should say, that they will get their swagger back. They're also going to get some of their players back fairly soon. Kerry Carpenter right now is doing rehab assignments with Toledo, and he should be back in the fold fairly soon. So let's just keep supporting the Tigers. They're going to turn it around, and they'll go right back on a winning streak again and start winning series again, and all will be well. But it's not surprising. I mean, I knew all along eventually they were going to hit a cold spot. And it started just before the All-Star break and continues after. But remember last year, after the All-Star break, and maybe a couple of weeks after, they went on a tear, which got them into the playoffs. So I'm not worried. Let's put it that way. I'm not worried. I think they're going to do just fine. Go Tigers. Speaking of the Tigers, I think, let's see, tonight, 6:10, I think, is broadcast time. So they're still in 12-10. That's right. It's an early day game. 12-10. Playing Pittsburgh. All right. So what else is going on? Nothing as far as the governor announcing that we're going to get a special election. She hadn't said anything about that. Another story that I pulled out, and this is a rather healthy story because it's got a lot of history in it. The headline is, Whether by train, plane, or dog sled, the U.S. Postal Service has kept America connected. And this goes back to our founding fathers. One of the things they realized early on was a postal system would be an essential tool of democracy. Now, I don't think they visualized what our mailboxes were going to be stuffed with, all kinds of ads and what have you. But on Saturday, the U.S. Postal Service will mark 250 years of serving a mission unthwarted by rain, sleet, snow, or gloom of night. That saying used to be over what is now the Moynihan Train Complex in New York, in the old post office. And it was a way of keeping people informed. And it is older than the Declaration of Independence. Next year, 250 years for the country, the Declaration of Independence. And by the way, in another month or so, we'll start talking about this. In cooperation with Colette Vacations, next fall, we are going to offer an America 250 Years Young trip, which will start in Boston and end in Washington, D.C., and cover all the highlights of the founding of the United States. That sounds fascinating. It's one that right now anyway, I think I plan to go on that one. We'll have all the details, though, in another few weeks. We'll get it out for you. But that's just a tease. But it's going to be a good trip. It'll be, I think it's 8 days or something like that. So I'll bring the information in and we'll go over it and give you an idea of what's involved. But it's a great way to celebrate the 250th of this nation. And you know, even though we have our trials and tribulations today, and yeah, we're probably more divided than ever, at least it seems that way because of the internet and social media and what have you. Think of how brilliant the Founding Fathers were, because they created a nation that could sustain the kind of division we have, that could argue amongst itself but still survive. And I have said many, many times, what separates us from all the rest is one word. And that word to me is tolerance. And what do I mean by that? Well, in this country, we are blessed with certain freedoms, including free speech. But in order to have free speech, where you can say what you're thinking about any particular topic at any time, in order for you to enjoy that privilege and right, you must be tolerant of others who may express themselves in a manner that you find distasteful, or with a philosophy that you may not agree with. But in order for you to maintain your ability to put forth your ideas, you must be tolerant of others to put forth theirs. And that separates us, I have always thought, from the rest of the planet. Tolerance to me is probably the most important word that doesn't appear in the Constitution. So I just thought I'd toss that out there as we get ready to celebrate the 250th, starting this weekend with the post office, which is actually older than the Declaration of Independence. And again, the wisdom of the Founding Fathers. Now, they could not have envisioned the electronics age we live in today and the way we communicate and how that would have impact on the post office. But it's still a vital service. I still look forward to going to my mailbox every day. There's not nearly as much in it as there used to be. And a lot of it is, I'll readily admit, stuff I don't need, don't want. But still, it is still the connector of communities. All right, lines open, 989-752-6111. And back with you here on the Art Lewis Show for this Wednesday morning. And we say good morning to Carl in Saginaw. Good morning, Carl.
Good morning, Art. You know, I know you've been dying to get back to Jeffrey Epstein, so I'm going to bring it up this morning. You saw where the House of Representatives, they're sending the members home early.
Yep.
For summer vacation.
Yep.
and you know why they're doing that.
Well, so it's been reported. Johnson didn't want to deal with it right now. As far as I'm
Well,
concerned, they ought to release it and be done with it.
Yes, well, okay. I was going to talk particularly about the autopsy of Jeffrey Epstein, who, the autopsy has never been released.
So how can you talk about it?
There's
Whoa. How can you talk about it then?
Well, I can say these things about it, that he was on suicide watch in this federal penitentiary, and 12 hours before he killed himself, his roommate in the cell was taken out of the cell.
That has nothing to do with the autopsy.
And then, well, I'm just saying this is all part of his, surrounding his death.
Well, yeah, but you brought up the autopsy. So I thought you were specifically going to talk about the autopsy, which they haven't released, so you can't possibly know what's in it.
Yes, exactly. I would like them to release
fine.
it.
I don't have a problem with that. Don't have a problem with that at all.
Yes. Okay, and then, the fact that, he's on suicide watch, but he kills himself in his cell, and there's supposed to be guards.
Yeah, all that.
I'm watching him.
Yeah, all that's public knowledge. They don't even have to release that. We all know it. We've heard it time and time again. But I want to know what's in the paperwork.
Yes, exactly. I do too.
Just to get it out of the way, get it done. I mean, the more they hide it, the more speculation there is as to what's in it, much of which may not be true,
yes.
Much of it may be true. We don't know.
And right now, Trump is desperately trying to change the subject to just about anything. The Washington Redskins or
well, I don't blame him, though. I mean, that's, never mind. I don't blame him for that. He's got other things to worry about. Run the country.
He's not worried about
from
running
where
the
you
government.
no,
he's worried about
yes,
the
he is.
Washington Redskins.
Well, that's
what he's focused on.
It's not what he's focused on. It's what he's mentioned.
No, well, he's focused.
I mean, you don't know what. Listen,
problem.
none of us know what he does every day in the office. None of us are there.
Art, all you have to do is listen to his tweets. He's up at 6 a.m. in the morning tweeting about these things. You don't have to guess what he's thinking.
What's he doing at 7 o'clock then? Is he eating breakfast and going to work? So he's up at 6 o'clock. I'm up at 6:30. What's the difference?
He's tweeting about Rosie McDonald.
So what?
And Alcatraz.
So he gets it off his chest. So what? I want to know how he's governing.
Yeah, I'd like to know how he's governing.
Well, I think pretty well in a lot of cases and not so well in other cases. But the reality is,
numbers are not.
The reality is, your side is never going to accept anything he does. He's always going to be doing something wrong.
That's not true.
Good. Tell me what's true then.
A week ago, I gave Trump credit for closing the border.
Good.
So I'm saying
Excellent.
I'm in favor of something he did.
Okay.
And he's also standing up to Netanyahu. I think that's a good idea. I'll give Trump credit for that. So don't say he never gets credit for anything, because that's not true.
Good. Fine. I'm happy for you. I'm happy. Now, let me go back to something else you asked the other day before I have to take a break here. You asked about the Steele dossier and who debunked it. I'm going to give you three right off the top. Justice Department Inspector General Report 2019, Mueller Report 2019, Durham Report 2023. Check those out. It's a good start.
The Steele dossier is just part of the Russian problem. That's just part.
But that's
of
what
it.
they debunked. They debunked
that. That doesn't mean you discredit everything.
No, these reports debunked the Russian collusion.
Yes, and the Mueller report said they would have brought charges against President Trump, except it's policy not to charge a sitting president. So that's in the Mueller report that you just quoted. They would have brought
I'm reading just a minute.
justice charges against Trump, accept its policy not to charge a sitting president.
Yeah. Well, I don't see that.
I did a little research too, Art.
Good.
In the last couple of days.
Good. Then you know it was debunked, though.
No, the Steele dossier was debunked.
Well, that was the question, but
rest of
that's the question you asked me the other day. Who debunked the dossier?
No, I said.
Oh, no,
I said
you
the
did.
Russian hoax. I never said the Steele. I never
No,
said
you
the
did.
word Steele.
Well-
I said the hoax.
Anyway, it's all gone.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Trump's bringing it up right now. He's bringing it up like today. He wants to charge the prosecutors that investigated that case. He wants to investigate the investigators who were doing their job.
Okay.
Well,
We'll
if
see
you're
if
in
it
favor
happens.
of law enforcement, Trump
see if
is
it
going
happens.
Trump is going after law enforcement because they investigated.
Yeah, and
him.
I do not agree with that either. By the way, I think that's wrong.
Okay, well,
The same way,
agree on
he
that.
wanted to charge judges because they rule against him. Shouldn't do that. That's ridiculous.
you can't do that.
But
You can't do that.
But
No.
chances are, when it makes it up to the Supreme Court, he'll have the rulings in his favor anyway. So why is he bothering to go through all that? Why don't they just take the cases up to the Supremes and be done with it? So, all right,
he
I
likes to fight.
got to move on here. All right, Carl.
Okay, thanks,
Talk to you
Art.
later. Bye bye now. Here's Maria in Saginaw. Maria, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Lewis. It's a beautiful day, and thanks for taking my call.
Sure.
I wanted to ask you, the guest you had on that talked about that resort,
Bay Valley, yes.
and that's a beautiful place. I was there once with my aunt. She would stay there when she was in Bay City. She's in North Carolina now, and she's a veteran. And that place gave discounts to military members.
Yeah.
And that place was so beautiful. It was all wooden
Well,
paneling, wooden staircases.
They're bringing it back to its glory. That's their plan.
That's what that place deserves. That long driveway back there, it's like you're going to one of those great big English estates, like the castle.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I hope they keep it that way.
They
I think
plan
they just
to.
need to.
Matter of
I
fact,
hope
they plan to improve on it.
Oh, good. I hope they promote it more. It's such a beautiful place.
They will.
It's not far from the expressway or the
Yep.
airports or
Right.
Bay City or Saginaw. But I'm wondering if, as the work progresses, and could you maybe have him back to give updates on how
Yeah,
everything is going?
he will be back. Definitely.
Oh, good,
We
'cause I
talked
know-
about it.
They closed it, and it was supposed to be maybe a senior center,
No, a
and
school.
then
It was a school.
a school,
Yeah, but
okay,
that
and then-
didn't fly. So,
and then they decided to leave it the way it was. And I'm
well, no,
glad,
he just couldn't get the
because-
permits to do the school.
Oh yeah.
And then along
Gosh, it'd
came
be
this
such a big
investment company.
school.
So, all right, Maria, I got to run. I got to take a break.
Thank you for taking my call, sir, and
Thanks.
have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
We'll be back. Scott and Freeland, hang on. And we're back with you here on the Art Lewis Show. Back to our phones. We go to Freeland and talk to Scott this morning. Good morning, Scott.
Hi, how you doing?
Doing well.
I 100% agree with the Tigers. Been a fan forever. Was at a World Series game in 1984. So I agree 100%. They're going to be fine. One other thing. Earl, I miss him. He always made me laugh. I've been listening a long time. Get to know your callers. And condolences to him, family, friends. But I just wanted to say, you know, your callers, listen all the time. You get to know them.
Yeah, and Errol was a special person. I've known Errol. Well, I came here in 1974, and I met him that year. And he was a battalion chief in the fire department when I first knew him. And known him ever since. And he was a real character and fun guy to talk to, and we'll miss him.
Yes, we will. I've been listening to you that long. I get to know your callers. some are fun, some make you shake your head, but he always made me laugh.
All
So
right.
I just wanted to say, and I agree 100% on the Tigers, and I think the Lions are going to have a great year this year also.
I hope you're right.
Yep.
All right,
Thanks.
Scott. Thanks.
Have a good day,
Thanks
buddy.
for calling. Take care. Bye-bye now. And let's talk to Paul in Saginaw. Good morning, Paul.
Morning, Art. Art, I'm going to change the subject a little bit. I'm going to ask you a stupid question, but I want an intelligent answer.
Oh, wait a minute now. My answers usually match the question.
All right. Well, let's see. Here's the stupid question. How many Latinos in Latin America speak Latin?
Probably very, very few, except for really devout Catholics.
You're absolutely correct. Maybe a Latin teacher here and there, but a few Catholic priests were taught Latin, and they spoke Latin a little bit. But there's very few Latinos in Latin America speak Latin. So why do we keep calling them Latinos, and why do we keep calling it Latin America?
Well,
Shouldn't it be Spanish America? Portuguese America?
You're getting in the weeds now. I don't have a problem with Latin America. It's fine. We all come to know what it is. I mean,
Okay.
that's like the president changing the name of the Gulf of Mexico to Gulf of America. Who cares?
Exactly.
You know, I grew up
I
knowing the
agree
Gulf
with
of
you.
Mexico. I don't have a problem with it.
Me too.
So
So
anyhow, all right,
All right.
good enough.
All right.
Thanks.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Later.
Later.
Bye.
And in Bay City, we have Gene this morning. Good morning, Gene.
Good morning. I'm with you. I'm sick of the Epstein thing. I'll be so glad when it's over. That's all you hear on the news.
If it's ever over.
But yesterday, his brother was talking on television, and he said when he went to identify the body, he overheard the coroner talking to somebody say that they really couldn't rule out a homicide. So, what is going to happen if everything's released and it's proven that Trump was paying for underage?
Oh, now we get to Trump. How do we get from? Listen.
I'm talking about Epstein.
No, you're just. Well, why mention Trump then?
Well, because they were best friends for 15 years. Well, anyway, let me ask.
Here's the
question,
funny
please.
thing about this. You got to think about this now, Gene. You are so tired of hearing about Epstein, and then you go on to talk about it.
Well, that's all that's on everybody's. Anyway, look, can I please answer ask my question?
Go ahead.
Okay, if Trump, it was proven that he was having sex, paying for sex with underage girls, does anybody really care?
Well, you said one word. That's the most important word you said. If. In other words, you don't know, and I don't know, and nobody knows, and does anybody care? Couldn't tell you. If it came out that
Now,
that he was involved in that way, yeah, that would be an important fact. But that's all speculation, isn't it? Because your word "if" is the key word there, isn't it?
Now,
Isn't it?
yeah, because none
So,
of
in
us
other words-
know what's in that until it's released. But
All right, so let me
If
ask you
it
this.
looked-
Let me ask you this. What if there's nothing in it?
well, then why is he trying to stop it? from
That's
being
not an
released?
answer to the question. What if there's nothing in it?
Well, that would be great because then it'd be over with, and I'm sick of hearing about it.
But you want to talk about it.
Yes, I do. I want to
See, and
I
I'm
got
s-
one
I'm-
more question.
I'm sick
One
of
more
hearing it, and I don't
question.
want to talk about it.
If like his brother said, the coroner, he overheard him say
Yeah, okay.
they
Here,
couldn't rule out homicide. So, if that is true,
Well, let me ask you this.
What are they going to do? Are they going to have a big investigation, or what's going to happen next?
Couldn't tell you.
Thanks for listening.
Okay, thanks, Gene. Bye-bye now. Take a break, and we'll be back. We'll, let's see who's up next. Sean in Bay City we'll get to right after these notes.
Severe weather.
And saying all this other stuff, just call up and say what you mean. I hate Trump. There's nothing that will ever be said or done. I just hate the guy. I really don't know why, because they told me to. And it's just really getting old. It really is. They're releasing the files. Look, they've been after Trump for 10 years, man. None of it stuck. If they had stuff on Trump, Carol, paying for young girls, I mean, my God, they would have used.
You keep saying Carol, but you keep saying Carol, but you mean Jean.
Or Jean, yes, my apologies. And she sounds like a sweet lady and stuff like that. But seriously, it's not about the person, right? I'm a conservative. Whoever, if they were blue, pink, green, if they had conservative values, I don't care about voting for them. That's good. I'm okay with that. But I look at what's been done. Inflation way down. Stocks are up. Jobs are up. No illegals coming in. You can drive in L.A. People in New York can have their businesses open and not have it totally crammed with people on the streets, and actual people with money can come and shop. Iran was taken care of. Pakistan, India, scammers off EBT and SNAP, Medicaid. We're getting rid of all the illegals that the Dems said weren't getting it, but they were,
Yeah.
I mean, aren't these good things? Again, what are you for, not what are you against?
Yeah.
I'm for all that. That's good stuff, man. That's good stuff. So I just don't understand.
It's the nature of the beast today, Sean.
They're seriously sick.
It's the nature of the beast today. And I think a lot of it has to do with power. When the other side has the power, the opposition screams loud, and it works both ways.
Absolutely. And I believe people should be honest. Hey, I don't like everything Trump does. I don't like everything any Republican or anybody does.
Amen.
There's nobody that you're going to love everything, right?
Yep. No, absolutely. I'm with you.
I can call a spade, but these people, they refuse to look at the evidence. You've been screwed by the Dems for I don't know how long. They've been lying to you, and just call it what it is. Look, everybody gets had.
Well, you got to remember something, Sean. There are those people who believe in big government. There are those people who believe government should take care of them.
Well,
and that's their view of it.
I have an issue. Because I believe in God and I believe in basic things for the United States that's good for everybody.
Yep.
And gosh darn it, if you're against these basic common things, then you and me probably can't be friends. We just can't, because you want to destroy. You do. You want to destroy. And you have no real concept of what's going on.
Well,
you really don't.
Well,
not some sort of brainiac. I'm not. I'm a stupid white male, man, but I know some things for sure.
Yeah. All right. Well, we got to live with it.
Carl, next time call up and just be honest for once in your life and just go, I hate Trump and there's nothing you can do about it.
See, this is where you and I disagree. He's honest as the way he views it. That's his honesty, in the same way that it's our honesty the way we view things. So,
well, right, but I can counter that real quick. Art, what's a woman? It's not somebody that identifies as a woman. It's somebody that has certain chromosomes.
Well, let's understand this, though, Sean. Let's understand this. Yeah, there are those Democrats that won't say that, but they don't represent the majority of Democrats. Most Democrats know what a woman is. And yeah, they do. Come on now.
I would say it's a 50-50 today, Art. I really would. Just like they can't see the writing on the wall when good things happen, whether if Democrats did some great things, I'd go, that's awesome. If Democrats stopped the people coming from over the border, I'd be like, that's great.
All right.
If they lower taxes, I'd be, that's awesome.
All right, Sean.
Right? Love you, Art.
Love you.
Have
Thanks.
A good day.
You too, buddy. Thanks. Let's go to Mayville and talk to Jamie this morning. Jamie, good morning.
Good morning, Art. Thanks for taking the call. Sean was, good point there. My question, a side note, are you going to go out with Mike on his new Ager quest?
Eventually.
I hope.
Matter of fact, I got to talk to him. He's here today.